we're going to start our beginner foot routine on the ground with the human toe spreader. And this is an amazing way to get a great stretch through the toes and improve your toe splay while also doubling up as a great midfoot mobilizer. So you're going to start by interlacing your fingers through your toes as deep as you can. And it can feel a little bit intense at first, so you might just want to use the tips of your fingers. And then once you're used to your fingers being in between your toes, then you can start adding in some mobilizations, as you can see here, moving up and down or side to side, or then progressing to moving around in all of the directions. So really just playing with this movement in whatever way that you can tolerate. Some discomfort is definitely expected with this movement, but over time, as you do it more and more, then you will build up a tolerance to that and it'll actually start to feel quite nice. So we're going 1 minute on each side and just swapping again. Try to notice if there's any difference between side to side. It can be common to feel a difference side to side, but yeah, just listen to your body and take it as slow as you like, and also explore the limits of what your feet can tolerate. So working on this for 1 minute on both sides. So for the next minute, we'll be focusing on toe extension, which is a really important movement pattern for walking and running, and we'll be improving this through our rocking motion. So toes up into extension, as you can see here. Start with your heels parallel, but you can also play with your heels out like that. And heels parallel will just put more stretch into the big toe, heels out will put more stretch into the little toes. So take it nice and slow, rock your bottom down towards your heels as far as you can. You don't have to go as far as you're seeing me do it here, just whatever you can tolerate. And as always, you will improve your tolerance over time with more practice. To make this more challenging, you can lift your knees off the ground, as you can see that I'm doing there, and this will make it a little bit more of a stretch on the toes, but will also be a great way to add in some core and shoulder control. So next up, we'll be playing with some toe lifts, and this is a really great challenge for toe dexterity and also a great way to improve active toe extension, so actually using your muscles to lift up the toes. And what you're trying to do is lift your big toes up without lifting your little toes, and then swap. So big toes will go down, little toes will go up, and then swapping. And just repeating that movement with as much control as possible. This can feel quite challenging at first, but over time it will improve, especially as your range of motion improves, and you can also play with holding some toes down while you lift the others. So this is also a great way to set up for your arch control drill, which is coming next, because this big toe extension is part of the windlass mechanism, which is a very important mechanism for arch function. So moving on to the arch control drill, you'll start by lifting your toes up, just all of your toes, and this will lift your arch. Try to maintain the position of the arch as your toes lower down. Then you can set your hip position by rotating your knees out away from each other while keeping your foot completely on the floor. And then you can challenge this by lifting one leg up off the ground. And the goal here is to maintain the foot arch position and that knee hip position while balancing on that leg. So do this for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you can swap, lifting the toes, setting the hip position, and lifting the other side. You can also challenge this position more by doing some taps in front of you, like so, and this adds in some ankle stabilization and mobility requirements as well. So whatever level you're up to, working for up to 15 to 30 seconds on one side and then changing sides. And you're going to work for a total of 2 minutes for this drill. So another great way to challenge this position is by adding in some rotation, where you bring your foot in front and around to tap, and then behind and around to tap in almost the same position as far as you can in both directions, while maintaining that foot arch position and that knee hip position. So just work at whatever level you're ready for and build up over time and have fun with it.